Bato the Ghostwriter Show, rated E for everyone. You're listening to Bato the Ghostwriter Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's podcast. This is Bato the Ghostwriter, and as always, I want to thank you for tuning in because, well, I do know you have options. Hey, it's September 22nd, and technically summer is over here in the Valley of the Sun. I don't really know what that means because we all know if you live down here, you know it's still freaking hot down here. So, just gonna say that, it is what it is, right? But I mean, actually, temperatures are starting to drop down. I mean, I spend a lot of time outside, so I can feel the difference. The nights are a little bit cooler. The day is still freaking hot. I mean, hey, it's still hot as hell, but it is what it is, right? It's living here in the valley. That's why we live down here. We look forward to this time of the year. Fall, winter, a little bit of spring, because then it goes back to hot. But, hey, glad you're tuning in. As always, I'm always working, so I took a quick break. During my lunch break, I decided hey, let's talk to my favorite people. Because, well, if you're listening to this, guess what? You are my favorite people. Not to sound like Mr. Rogers, but hey, I like you just the way you are. Speaking of that, I don't know, was it Google or something? I don't know where my kid was checking this out, but I guess there was a CGI version of the intro to Mr. Rogers. And he couldn't stop watching that. And of course, as I was watching that, nostalgia got me, and I'm all telling him, I used to watch the original show. And the CGI, it just goes through everything, through the neighborhood of make-believe, King Friday. It shows Daniel Tiger as a puppet. And I tell him, when I watched the show, Daniel Tiger was a puppet, Apparently, he did something and took over the neighborhood, because now it's Daniel Tiger's neighborhood, right? Nah, I'm just messing. But bottom line is, it was cool. That was earlier this morning, or yesterday morning, because I guess it's another day now. It's 3-ish in the morning now on a Saturday. So you guys that are off on the weekends, enjoy your weekend, do something fun, spend time with your loved ones. Time flies, and a year ago, a couple days ago, it was the first anniversary of me. Lost my pops to a tragic accident, and just still dealing with it, but it's been a year already. Before we knew it, boom, 1 year mark. I still can't get over that, and I'm just gonna say that if I know sometimes we don't always get along with our parents or stuff like that, and sometimes we get into it over the stupidest things. So if you still got your pops, whatever, put your differences aside, talk to that old man and give him a big hug, because, there's a lot of us that wish we could do that. Fortunately for me, I had the last 10, 15 years, actually more like the last 20, I guess, I had a good relationship. We didn't live in the same city, but we talked on the phone every morning. Something that to this day I miss, and sometimes I feel like I'm forgetting how his voice sounded. And anyway, I don't want to get anybody bummed out with that, but here it is. It is. If you still got your pops, hey, reach out to him, call him. If you can see him or be next to him, give him a big hug, because you never know. Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. Alrighty then. Well, on a lighter note here, something to... I was, trolling the internet, because that's what we do. We all do it. But I came across this funny story. How camping, summer's good for camping in some places, not here in Arizona, unless you go up north. And yeah, well, actually, there's really no place to camp down here. I wouldn't want to camp in the desert. But anyway, going up north, I mean, it's nice. But anyway, I came across this story where I guess a woman was camping. It's up in Alaska, in a place called Centennial Park. And apparently a bear got in her tent while she was still in it, sleeping. Well, a concerned citizen saw the whole thing and, dialed the authorities, got some help. So, the police arrived, and of course, by the time the police arrived, the bear was gone. The woman played dead, which, I guess it does work. It saved her life, right? The police came to check on the woman, and she pops out her head and tells the cops that, yeah, the bear went into her tent, but she played dead, and, well, everything, she's alive. It's good. It's a 58-year-old woman that was camping out there in Anchorage, Alaska, in Centennial Park. Now, funny thing, though, okay, after going through all that trauma of, having a bear go to your tent, apparently doesn't give you enough points, sympathy points with the cops to avoid a ticket, because apparently they looked around and they saw that there was garbage and stuff, things that attract animals to your site, like moose or bears. So yeah, she got a citation for feeding game. And well, that kind of sucks, right? Bear goes into your tent. I mean, that could have been it for you. You survive it. Here comes the cops. They check on you, but then they notice that you're a litter bug, so they give you a ticket. Dang it. Freaking bear, right? You think that's bad enough. Well, while they're giving her a citation, I guess they ran her name or something, and it turns out the woman had a warrant for not a failure to appear in court for disorderly conduct. So on top of that, well, needless to say, she got arrested. I don't know, what's the moral of the story here? If you got warrants for your arrest, don't be a litter bug, because bears will rat you out. I mean, don't know. That I'm just saying. What do you think? And it's on the internet. I believe Mashable.com is where this story came from, or one of those weird. But it's crazy. If you're gonna do stuff like that, I mean, yeah. If you're gonna be an outlaw, yeah, make sure you don't attract attention to yourself or don't attract bears to your campsite. Just saying. Okay, on another note, well, like I said, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and thank you for listening. You can always go to my email, pdghostwriter@gmail.com, and leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think of the show, what you like, what you don't like. Or you can go to PD Ghostwriter, which is pdghostwriter.com, or pdgpodcast.com. That'll take you there too. So if you want to go there, go to the contact page and contact me. Let me know if you like the show, don't like the show, things like that. Feedback, just you're listening. Hopefully I can bring you a few minutes of, just get your mind off whatever it is that's troubling you, and give you a few minutes to, relax, and then get back and tackle whatever situation you're doing, because, hey, sometimes we just need to take a little breather, and hopefully I'm providing a few minutes for you to, listen to my sweet, soft, wonderful voice. Just kidding. I'm just saying, hopefully I can give you a few minutes of relief to go back out there and do it. Yeah, do it. All right. That being said, my break is about to be over and I got to get out there and do it. Get to work, So y'all have an awesome weekend. If it's not the weekend when you're listening to this, whatever day it is, have an awesome day. And like I said before, and take the time to be with your loved ones. So live each day like it's your last one, because it very well could be. Take the time to be with your loved ones because, well, tomorrow's not promised to anyone. So tell them you love them, show them you love them, because that's the kind of neat junk this thing we call life is. It's what's made of. It's what makes it worth living. Our families, our friends, and what can I say? Well, I'll say goodbye and get back to work, right? You guys have a good one. Thank you for listening.